Welcome.
Ads are starting. Dylan will continue the conversation after the ads are over. Thank you for supporting the stream.
Kinda simple, kinda wishful about things, and you're kinda simple, but like a pistol, you fire. Sometimes you get under my skin like a lover, and sometimes you don't wanna come back 'cause you'd rather stay out with another, talking to strangers and make out spontaneously. Now I'm so tired of hearing all your stories about the drunk nights, bragging in the glory. You're such a nice guy when you're not just talking about yourself and the way of how you dwell. I get it. Oh, I'm so tired of hearing all your stories about your rich friends traveling Mercedes. You're such a nice guy when you're not just talking about yourself and the way of how you dwell. Don't you get it? You do it right.
are the one that I will call when I'm drunk. You are the one that I just need to feel loving. You saved me from the broken house that I built. You took me in with open arms and I still want you back, want you back, back. Some say that love don't hurt, but I've got you stuck in my memory. Some say that hearts come first, but they've never known what it's like to be in love at 20 years old. We kiss in the rain till we catch a cold. Some say that love don't hurt, but I want you back, cause I got you stuck in my memory. I got you stuck in my memory. It's 2 a.m. and I can't sleep without you. And every wall is getting close, and I don't know what to do. Can't you save my soul? Can't you save my soul? Can't you mend my heart? Can't you mend my heart? I want you back, want you back. Yeah, I want you back, want you back. Some say that love don't hurt, but I've got you stuck in my memory. Some say that hearts come first, but they've never known what it's like to be in love at 20 years old. We kiss in the rain till we catch a cold. Some say that love don't hurt, but I want you back, cause I got you stuck in my memory. This is the call that you've been waiting for. This is the call that you've been. This is the call that you've been waiting for. This is the call that you've been. One, two, three. Some say that love don't hurt, but I've got you stuck in my memory. Some say that hearts come first, but they've never known what it's like to be in love at 20 years old. We kiss in the rain till we catch a cold. Some say that love don't hurt, but I want you back, cause I got you stuck in my memory. I got you stuck in my memory. I got you stuck in my memory.
Epiphany rising. Got a lot wrong, you see bright as lightning. Already memories, now I just don't really care what you
Hello?
Loving me was all you tried when you were around. I've been told too many times now. Yeah, loving me was all you tried when you were around. I've been told too many times now. But yeah, somewhere going high, looking for a new start, for a new start. Looking for a new start. Looking for a new start. Don't wanna be trapped, don't wanna be down. Looking for a new start. Can't you see that I just need to be by myself? I have told you many times now. Yeah, can't you see that I just need to be by myself? I have told you many times now. But somewhere going high, looking for a new start. Yeah, somewhere going high, looking for a new start, for a new start. Don't wanna be trapped, don't wanna be down, don't wanna be stuck in this town. Don't wanna be trapped, don't wanna be down. Looking for a new start.
Hello.
Looking for a new start. Don't wanna be trapped, don't wanna be down. Looking for a new start. Yeah, somewhere running high. Looking for a new start. Looking for a new start. Don't wanna be trapped.
Welcome.
I'm probably muted, you know, that's the way life goes. So we've got ourselves, oh, well that's not optimal. So we've got ourselves a room that we could theoretically turn into a thing. Yeah, a farm of sorts. I don't know if I'm going to use it. Let me just write this down. Wherever I put things that I'm writing down. There we go. Skelis spawner is, whoops, F3. 264, 12, oh yeah, okay, because I'm on 16, right. 2081. Okay. Me? Yes. Well, I think I did. I can't remember whether I saw the Real Penguins movie or whether it was a different one. Like one of the other in the series, like Christmas theme or something like that. Torches have to go down here. Okay, I think we're good. I think this room is overkill covered. Gonna leave that because I really don't need a lot of that stuff upstairs. So let's get out of here. I can plug this because I really don't care. Yeah, that's the normal level of the hole. So let's just leave that. What I was looking for was I was thinking whether or not I should keep going in the mine shaft we had, or whether I should actually follow the zoo and head down and look for diamonds. My thought is probably a diamonds run. So what I'm going to do first is just move this stuff so that they're all together. Oh, well, fine. Near the door of the mine shaft. And then we can move on sort of downwards. We'll go that way, but we'll just go down. Let's see, 1. 2. Let's go get the other piece. Come on. There we go. And rock and roll. Okay, so this one. Let's live here. In here. Oh. Bit of that. Leave this, leave that, leave those. Don't need string. Guess that's really all I need. Let's leave these. Leave the diorite. That should be different enough. I don't need that much. Okay. That leaves a bit of space. Yeah, that leaves a bit of space. It's not great, but it's some stuff for people. Alright. Yeah, let's go. So we're headed down quite a ways, of course. Which is going to take a little while to do, so I guess we might as well chit-chat. I did. No, you weren't nuts, Jay. Yellow was right. I've been trying really hard not to accidentally throw you guys to be right back screens, cut off camera, mute and unmute, because I've been doing a lot of that lately. Oy. Okay, let's not forget this hole, because that could be death. And the resulting effect was that I just didn't unmute when I started. I was a little flustered by not being able to get things to cooperate in terms of launching, and I don't understand why, because it should have been just fine. It could be the fact that I updated Java, which normally the computer doesn't even care, because I thought my Minecraft was locked into a specific version, but anyway, it didn't like it. So I needed to fight with it. And when I got it working, I was like, hey, it's working, let's go live, and didn't unmute. You're not nuts. Fox, what are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. You should, if you guys saw his work schedule, he's got so many meetings today. The whole thing was just one massive colored vertical stripe. Quite literally. And it doesn't even have a good end time. And he did have to go to the office today. So sometimes he works from home. He used to have a job where he worked from home all the time. We got so spoiled by that. But, I mean, it's like an hour commute each way, which is minor compared to a lot of the folks that hang out in this chat. But in any case, his today was completely and utterly chock-a-block. Technically before he'd even really be in the office. And it's just nuts. So if he's here, he's not really here, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. Oh. Ha ha ha. Dummy. I forgot to bring the iron that was pre-smelted, or at least part of it. because I didn't really want to use the diamond pick. Ah. So yeah. Smart. The other thing is 3 blocks high doesn't work on the stairs. I forgot about that. $21. Gets me more picks than I know what to do with. Sometimes 3. Yeah. No, that'll give me like 7 picks. I'm fine with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4.
Hello there.
Oh, whoops. Eke out. 1 villain, of course. 1 villain from Harry Potter. However, rather than going with the dead obvious one, I'm going to go with, yeah, I can't remember what his last name is, unfortunately, but Professor Quirrell. And then we had Gilderoy Lockhart and Dolores Umbridge. I mean, I guess one could technically say Cornelius Fudge as well. So there you go. There's a few. Of course I know that. Thanks for the derailment, Fox. I get the point. Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, he's definitely an antagonizer. Oswin, you don't get it. It's okay. So for those unfamiliar with Creature more so than Oswin, Creature was the house elf belonging to, well, officially belonging to the Black family, via, like, Sirius Black. However, technically, he also belonged to Harry Potter. And I'm kind of glad that Potter never really set him free, because although that, on the one hand, that might be a kind thing to do, Creature would probably be a bigger problem for Harry if he was free than if he wasn't. Okay. Yes, definitely Dolores Umbridge was one. She happens to be my personal least favorite character. Imelda Staunton did a great job with that one. I was very, very impressed. Speaking of which, actually, so the new extension, expansion, whatever, Universal's doing for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in, I believe, Florida. They're doing a Ministry of Magic twist, and this one is the, they've got multiple different things going on, but from Paris, from Fantastic Beasts, through to the Ministry of Magic for England, and at the Ministry of Magic, they're actually having supposedly the trial of the century to attempt to convict Dolores Umbridge and send her to Azkaban. And one of the things I thought was really cool was, since the movies have come out, of course, obviously those are very popular characters, and a lot of people think of those actors as the be-all and end-all for the way the characters should look. So it was very nice that Imelda Staunton agreed to return as Dolores Umbridge to do all of the live-action speaking parts for the Universal ride. So I think that's pretty cool. I'd love to see that sort of stuff. I really would love to see any of the World of Harry Potter type of things. I know I'd probably be somewhat critical, but there's a limited amount one could be critical when there really is no, at this point in time, immersive way to become a part of the Harry Potter world in a real sense. I mean, one of the things that, you know, one could argue would feel false right off the bat, whether you like it or not, you can't help it, is that even if you wanted to argue that the Ministry of magic in the movies was very, very crowded with staff going all over the place and doing different things, and sometimes there's even a public entrance, etc. But I think it would feel really weird if one of two things happened. One is the place starts being crawling with families, including kids. And two, people acting like tourists, whether they're as nutty as Arthur Weasley trying to pretend he's a muggle, or whether it's just people enjoying the place as tourists, taking pictures and all kinds of that sort of thing. It's still that in itself. While one can excuse the pure numbers of the crowds, it doesn't work well in terms of immersivity. So, you gotta suspend some disbelief at some point, but there are limits. Where are we here? We are minus 15. We got a ways to go. And I'm actually just going to take a quick pause. I'll throw up a light here, and then take a quick pause just to reference my notes on best level for Lapis. Because at the rate we're going, we might as well take a look at building an enchanting table. We missed it. Okay, so what I'm going to do... let's jump back upwards. I'm not going to derail for too long. I'm going to mark things and then keep going. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. So according to my notes, 0 is the best place for Lapis, which would be standing here. Let's go down by 1, because in theory then it's sort of all around us. And I will chop a little space. I wasn't going to make it 3 units high, because I don't like Enderman, but it's probably worth the risk. Okay, so then... Oh shoot, I left it up top. Darn it. Let's make a marker. Lacking an item frame, this will be my marker for the best level for Lapis, you know? Because then if I do mind that, I can always pick this up on the way by. There. Alright. Snack time. And off we go. What did I pick up? Oh, tough. Okay. Well, that's tough. Mike, how are you doing? The pop culture, bleh. Geek Out has rolled. We're now dealing with what looks like pop culture party literature category, so books or comics or something like that. 4 titles in which a wicked witch appears. I'm going to say wicked. Covered. Now what? I mean, technically all the Harry Potter books, but, that's kind of cheesy in it. How did I get... This is a little taller than I expected. Okay. That's okay. Oops, I can take this off now. No. I do not want to just randomly go digging into the wall. 2 inches of snow got snowed in. I guess asking you how's your work day is probably not super productive. 2 inches of snow got snowed in. Is it just that the roads are really bad? And icy or something? Or is that a business call? Yep, Hansel and Gretel would certainly work. For sure. I mean, I suppose if you consider Maleficent as a wicked witch, although, if you want to split hairs with witch, sorceress, etc. But if you consider her a wicked witch, then I suppose that you could say Sleeping Beauty works as well. The only tree to the interstates, none of the roads to them. Oh, okay, so your road was just too icy to be safe to pass. Yeah. Somehow I got this taller. Okay, this is weird. Where did I... Aha! There we go, that's where I messed up. I mean, I messed up before that, but I don't see where. Anything less I can carry in my inventory is a boon. Okay, here we go. So do you have paperwork that you need to do from home? Just so that, it's not just so you keep working, but as in, I'm assuming there are expectations to be met and reports to be written and so on that probably could be done from home if absolutely necessary. I'm one of those parents that, by the way, did not actually let our kids just play video games and chill on either snow days or, oh, we don't get much for snow days up here. But, oh, it replaced it. No, thank you. You can break. Let's do this. I didn't hit. Stop it. Oh. Oh! Okay. Apparently I alt-tabbed myself out of the game. So... let's just do this. I unfortunately have to completely push it because I didn't give myself enough warnings to make sure I put the modifier key down. Break. Thank you. Okay. No. You can stay there. This one, that one. Let's put this one down and torches. Alright. Okay. You have a lot of paperwork. Yeah. That and the phone calls never stop, you know? Oh, that's why I put that down there. Okay. Yippee skippy. What do we got? That's not what I want to look at. I want to look at... this first one showed up minus 27. Alright. Just... okay. Let's get those. Nice. I'll take that. Let's see, oops, F3. Let's see how we do. By the time roads thawed at about 10, it wasn't worth it to drive. Yep. Keeps interrupting your Minecraft. Yeah, I was very seriously thinking about inviting Fantastic Sherlock Fox to quote-unquote co-base with me once I'd found a hole at in Minecraft this season. But decided that it was probably not worth it to ask him that. Just because he's got enough going on that he wouldn't really have time anyways. I mean, the ask is still there, but I wouldn't bring it up more than once. Just too busy. Too busy. I want him to feel that he can choose to do with his evenings what he wants. So, yeah. But, let's see. I left the... shoot. I left the crafting table up top. But right off the bat, it would be probably smart to immediately make a pair of better pants. Cover me with diamonds. You know, the whole cover me with diamonds thing, I actually think is kind of a stupid advancement. And I say that because... oops. Because you're not really covering... I guess you're covering part of yourself. But I think that would be one that would be nice to hold off until you hit a full suit of diamond armor. There's no advancement for that. You could look. Yeah, well. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Mister, Mr. Fox Moneybags. Let's get going to the bottom. I mean, those are the teaser diamonds, right? They're not the real ones. It's like they're the fake diamonds. Sort of like if you want to wear a leather jacket, but you got a cheap one that was pleather. We got the pleather diamond pants. There you go. Plastic leather. Moneybags McFox. There you go. Oh, junk. What do I not want? Probably? Actually, I don't really care, but I'm gonna have a better stacking block if I pick those up and leave the gravel behind. Next up will probably be the dirt. It's not exactly renewable, but it's so abundant it's stupid. And the whole reason I wanted a second type of block down here was simply that if I had to mark something else, then I can know that, you know, this block is not normal down here. I hear trouble! Off to my right. Okay, so let's not go over there, because it looks like a cave. You are so right. You are so right, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. Specifically, branch mining is usually very, very chill. So that's part of why under my base at the vanilla server, there are a whole lot of, I wouldn't even call them branch mines. Row mines, maybe? Okay, so where are we? 39. Okay, we still have a ways to go. Some people say the best place to stand for diamonds is 58. I don't know if that's really the best. Everybody seems to have their own thing. Like, even before we got the extra depth to work with, there was people that, you know, they would say, well, diamonds are at 12. Well, great, but do you stand on 12 or do you stand on, you know, I've seen as low as 8 in that time. It's just, okay, how did I, okay. 1, 2, it's getting dark in the hole. $42, okay. Not so bad, better F3. I definitely figured that was worth it. Clearly, one of the things I did in this, in this particular pack, that's not the word I want. In this particular instance for Minecraft, I have put in fabulously optimized just to see what it did, because I was curious what the whole fabulous part was. I don't know what it's doing different, but it's certainly giving me far better frames per second while I'm streaming. So you guys are only getting 60, because that's really all I'm sending. But, this whole thing, I mean, it's giving me over 600, supposedly. Which means, in theory, I could actually handle a better playlist by playing through Epidemic, because that was one of the things that was causing me some challenges, is Epidemic's own player eats CPU for lunch. And so I went back to playing Epidemic's music through Spotify. Getting kind of tired of it, honestly. I mean, as a streamer, you go through an awful lot of tunes. I was looking at Artlist last night, which has about a quarter to a third less songs in its database. But they highly recommend that you take some time and sit and listen to some of the stuff they've got to see which one you like better, because the different stylings, one might appeal over the other, and the pricing is identical. The thing is, I mean, I do like a lot of Epidemic's music, but the thing is also, it's the 22nd, and I have a feeling that I believe my Epidemic annual subscription auto-renews itself at like midnight between the 23rd and the 24th. So I don't really have time. And I'm not even sure which time zone that midnight would be. But if I can if the fabulously optimized will make it so that the main player doesn't have, what's the word? Like doesn't eat my computer for breakfast, then I don't have to worry so much about it. Like I can use it. The only kicker in that case, though, is we have to watch out for explicit stuff. So if I play through Spotify, there's an explicit filter. If I play it directly through Epidemic Sound, they don't have one. And it's not just my imagination. I actually wrote them to ask about it. And they said, nope, at the best we do right now is we flag them so that you don't download those songs. It's like, well, I'm not downloading them in the first place. Because I'm streaming. Streaming? And they just don't have that filter. And it's like, okay, well, that's a little sus. Now, I didn't notice any flags of that sort on Artlist either. That said, I don't know if they have different rules for their music creators that make music for them, because Artlist does supposedly have a category marked children, which I've not listened to yet, but a bunch of it showed up in the gaming music. So I'm hoping, since it showed up in the gaming music, it can't be too MIDI style plinky, but we'll see. Okay, so let's see if I can get this one to break properly. Oh, news. Okay, that's going to be a problem. So apparently there's something in here that if I hold down Alt, it digs up instead of down, which is not what I want. Yeah, that is really weird. And now I can't even dig at all. Well, then it replaced. Okay, I have to figure that out later. So I got some sort of weird key thing going on. That's fine. Here, let's make this match just because I can. One less block, and then I can start picking up junk. Where are we? We might even be where we want to be standing. We've got 5 diamonds, so I could make a hat. But hats are the one that I often switch out in the nether, so let's see if we can get other pieces made first. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, we are on 57. Okay. So if my little cheaty note...
Legend Gaming, and welcome to your 16 viewers too.
Welcome, Teddy and crew. Welcome, welcome. Always glad to see you guys. Such a treat, never required. Please do tell me what you were up to today. I do appreciate that. Oops. And everybody's doing a drop on in. What have I got? I am looking for...
Howdy!
Okay, minus 58 is what my notes say, but I'm standing on 57. So I guess, for fits and giggles, we'll go down by 1 more. Why? Because I can.
Oh, hello there!
Here comes the legend! Yes, indeed. And I would love to know what you were working on today. No, I don't want that. Silly game. We are playing around in hardcore, but I decided it's time to get on a blue set of pajamas instead of the gray ones. So we're down in the depths. Just probably going to do a little bit of straight mining for a while. And since we don't have any enchantments, we're just dealing with iron picks for the moment. Excuse me. Which is not exactly fast. That's one of the other things that I get spoiled by when I'm playing vanilla versus anything else, is on an SMP. Very quickly, somebody makes a wither killer, starts collecting heads, and ends up with a beacon farm. Pretty quick. So of course you've got all the bonuses that entails. Just housing for your theme park employees, known as your melon and pumpkin farm. Okay. That works. I'm not really sure how a melon and pumpkin farm would be a theme park, but works for me. So yeah, so this is less high adrenaline. Yesterday we were creeping our way through a mine shaft, but aside from being an overly big chicken and taking things really crazy slow. There wasn't much. I'm hearing lava pops. Okay. In front of me. All right, that's less than optimal. So in any case, we creeping through really slowly, but there wasn't much for loot at that point. And because I have a fear of spiders, that wasn't a great place to be anyways. So I figured, okay, well, I'll go for diamonds, and on the way managed to find myself a little mini, what do you call them? I was going to say dungeon, but that's not the word. Well, I guess maybe, but basically skelly spawner room. And got those guys dealt with, a little bit of lava. What did I plug it with? Oh, okay. That's not what I want to do. That's okay. The reason I'd rather keep those and get rid of these weird ones is that I can make things with those if I need to. Alright. Needed a melon and pumpkin farm, so you hid it inside the combination for the parks and plays. Oh, I see. I get it. That makes more sense. I think I'm on 59. No, 58. Okay. Close enough. Should be in the floor if there's going to be any diamonds. But these guys... Flippity floppity. The lava pops thing suddenly just occurred to me. I know it sounds bizarre, but occurred to me in the Lava King. Wow, I'm really good at this one. In the Lion King, we have Scar teasing Zazu about hippity hop all the way to the birdie boiler, and for some reason that's what occurred to me. I decided I want to be on 59. Just because, even though it says on my notes 58 is the best for diamonds, if I stand below that, then we have both directions covered because I'm going too many blocks tall anyways. Yike! That's exactly what I didn't want. Okay, this one, and that one. Thank you. So, that's not good. Okay, can you? Isn't okay, so I can't place one there, which suggests this is actually a fairly large pocket. Alright. Can we go above it? That'd be negatory. And we go below it. Maybe. Maybe. Does this one cause problems? Alright. Well, that would not be, an ideal way to die. Be a very Mel way to die, but not an ideal one. Yeah. Very much not ideal. Okay. So... fine. Then what I'm going to do is punch through this wall. I keep hearing noises on this other side as I was coming down the stairs, so I think I'll punch through on this side for a block or two and then work my way backwards. Let's see. Okay. Well, I'm stuck with that particular noise. Lurk, gotta sort food. No problem. No problem at all. Thank you very, very much for coming by. I do appreciate it. So, while this is not the world's most exciting, I'm alive, I guess. And no, my name is not GLaDOS. Let's put a torch there. This one. Come on. Where are we anyways? Yes, I hear the lava. Okay. 2003-ish. Okay, so 2000. Am I going backwards or forwards here? Okay, 2000. So basically working my way to 2100 is close enough. Here, let's go 2000. Why not? I don't know why I like a clean mine, but I do. Hey, cool. Got some redstone. Yay! For what it's worth. And let's not. Actually, maybe I should.
Ads are starting. Dylan will continue the conversation after the ads are over. Thank you for supporting the stream.
Nope. Didn't work. Sometimes when you go after the redstone, there's diamonds underneath, but not in this case. Alright, well, I'd rather have that, so let's ditch. Mountain of Tough, there's nothing I can do with that, really. There we go. Yeah, there's not much we can see here. Okay. So, we can go about 100 blocks. I'm not going to count this manually. I'm just going to keep going and then check it every once in a while. Because this is oh so exciting. As I said, when you've got faster tools with efficiency and so forth, and mending and stuff, plus you've got beacons, it goes so much quicker. Like, there's the redstone again. Do I care? Not particularly. Because honestly, what am I going to use it for? The only thing I wanted to potentially make out of redstone was either a clock or a compass, and I already have both. Got lucky on that one. And found them in a shipwreck. So yeah, for those of you that you need to stretch, go for a, I don't know, fill your drink, grab a snack, log in or out of work, go for it. Unless we hit lava, there's not a whole lot that's going to be disturbing us. Okay, so where are we at with diamonds? That's a shirt. Okay, so let's go with that. Shirt. What did I just pick up? Oh, and I can do a hat too. Yay! Actually, let's do the boots first. 1, 2, 3. How did I... Oh. It's like, how did I end up with yet another spot? Well, yeah. Okay, let's drop the dirt. Right. So... I do want this. Come with me. Let's dump yet another one of those. Nope, don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. Or that. There we go. Finally. Alright. Anything to get more out of my inventory. We're doing better. Far less squishy for sure. Oh, and I probably should just use those pickaxes. Smart. Here, let's go. This one. That one. Clear up some space. Shush it with the eerie noises, silly game. There we go. So, I guess standing on 59 worked for us, because I wouldn't have seen those diamonds if I'd been on 58, because we'd only be, like, they'd be stuck in a corner. Wow. 2 named Monty Python characters. Really? That's easy. So, I'll see if anyone else has a hit for that first. It's not just because I like Monty Python, but so many people have seen some of the movies. And technically, a lot of the characters do have names that aren't used. But that's one of those really nerdy things to know those. Black Knight and Brian. Exactly. Exactly. The only one I could think of from the TV series that seemed to be reliable-ish, and Mr. 1976 can totally correct me, but I think the dude with the bandana on his head, I think they called him Mr. Gumby. But yeah, so got that one covered. Let's roll it. You can pick just about it. Like for that one, you could pick just about anybody from the Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Right? So you had Sir Lancelot and Galahad and Arthur, or King Arthur. You know, so those ones are pretty easy. Sir Bedivere, I think, was one of my other favorites. And I suppose you could say Bruce, but that covers an awful lot. Monty Python related, years ago, vaguely, I bought a large stuffed beaver for our scout group because our youngest section level in Canada is called Beavers. Oh, that was Blackadder with Rowan Atkinson. And Baldric was actually Tony Robinson, who some people may know better as the presenter from the Time Team Digs. But he was an actor first. Weirdly enough, I heard he was a musical theater artist as well, although I don't think I'd ever want to hear that guy sing. That'd be frightening. But a few years ago, I bought this beaver for our younger section because basically over here, pretty much every section more or less has a mascot of sorts. And so the beaver, you can name it whatever you want. Like, there's no prescribed name. I mean, some of them, they call it the big, or a lot of them, the paperwork had referenced it as big brown beaver. Well, given that when that was written, we didn't have, as far as I'm going to get here, but we didn't have any songs about Winona. So I felt, you know, Big Brown Beaver was probably not the world's best plan, just because I don't know what some of the parents would think of that. So I figured we'd just call him Bruce. Bruce Beaver made sense because of me being a fan of the Bruce's sketch from Monty Python. And so that, and then there was another little beaver we used as a bank, which started out as being Bruce, and then that moved on. Somebody decided that they should call him Justin Beaver because he was looking for money, and of course it made a bad rhyme, so I was like, okay, sure, whatever, go for it. Whereas we just called him Bruce anyways, and they're like, that's not his name, it's Justin. And I said, let's just call him Bruce for less confusion. And the leaders who knew that the Monty Python reference thought that was the funniest thing. Good luck replacing the pick. Haha. There you go. Can't replace a pick when you don't have any things to replace it with. Let's go with this one. And I can space one more. I still don't have any space for stuff. That's okay. I can start dropping armor, I suppose, which is a really weird feeling. Oh. It's like, IT? What? Yes. 2 titles in a clown appears. I'm also going to go for, aim for a slightly more harmless, I guess you could say, Inside Out. Because I'm pretty sure you see a clown alongside Bing Bong, the weird elephant guy. It says server restart in 10, so that'll be a half hour before the end. Okay, that cave noise doesn't even get a label in the subtitles. So technically one could say, people who are a little hard of hearing, I somewhat envy you at times. There we go. There we go. So now this would be my nether hat. If that makes any sense. Nope. I want this to go up there. That's fine. Whatever. I'd love to have more diamonds. That would be ideal. Please, game? We may need to derail after the break and see what we can do on that lapis level. Just because you kind of need a good bit of lapis if you're going to be playing with enchanting tables. Good question. Oh, Dumbo definitely has clowns involved because they were in the circus part and they dolled Dumbo up like a clown for a while, and then I think they had clowns in addition to Dumbo in there. Yeah, the zebra did, sure, for sure. Ha ha! Welcome in, Springer Shadow. I was just thinking about you, actually. Quite literally. Good stuff. But, yeah. So here we are looking for... Okay, looking for diamonds. I thought I heard a lava plop for a second there. But I did not. Okay. trying to work our way through. Am I? 68. Okay, well, I'm not even 100 blocks in. What? Automod is telling you off. Whoops. Sorry about that. Thanks for taking care of it, Jay. Yeah, in the screen I've got for chat, the little app I'm running over top of my Minecraft, it unfortunately doesn't include server things like auto-mod notices. It should be, and the other one is not quite enough in front of my vision to catch my attention. Oh. Possibly, yeah. I could see that. I could see that. That makes perfect sense. Everyday carry thing. I hadn't even thought about everyday carry question. For my everyday carry that others don't, depends on where you live and when. And the reason I say that is that this makes me think of My Puppy Taylor. Anyways, the reason I say that about the where and the when is that, like for example, I carry a pocket knife in my everyday carry bag that goes out of the house with me. I mean, in my pocket. I don't, because I mean, I'm in the house, you know. But I carry one of those when I go out. And I also carry a Swiss card, which most people don't know what that is. But basically, it's a... Shush. Basically, it's Swiss Army knife in a little like business card size. But it's a time thing because it seems like over here, people have gotten out of the habit of carrying anything like a knife of any sort for day-to-day uses. You don't even, half the time you don't even see people with nail files or clippers anymore. Crochet hooks. Okay, so a crochet hook, if you're not familiar with a crochet hook, basically think of it as looking like a big, well, I don't know, let's say a metal pencil with quite literally a little like extra bend on the top that then has a slot at the bottom of that bend so that you can do yarn crafts. Actually, I carry paracord around, so that's probably not one that most people would carry. Yeah, for years and years I didn't carry a knife. Partly because when I took Girl Guides years ago, they generally didn't want to teach you knife skills. They didn't even say the whole like that was for boys or anything. They just generally didn't. So when you got to be like a teenager or whatever, you were allowed to carry a knife to camp, but nobody really showed you how to use it. I mean, there was basic safety stuff, as in don't do this and don't do that and watch out for each other. But there wasn't really any skills to it. And so the resulting effect is most people don't carry that stuff around. I mean, the other thing is actually they were very quick to teach you about, here's how you can clip a straw short so that it fits over the end of some pocket-sized scissors. You know, that kind of thing. And you might want to consider buying the scissors with the rounded tips so that you don't actually poke anything you don't want to. How useless. So, yeah, it was kind of dumb. But I think I've told this story before. I'll tell it again just because it's been a while. But when I knew, okay, let's back this up. Several months ago, or yeah, a couple of years ago, I guess, so it would be technically several months. Anyway, I had been called for jury selection. So I might have had to do jury duty. But I knew, okay, yeah, you can't carry a knife in there. Like, that'd be kind of stupid, you know, to the courthouse. Probably not wise to even have it in my purse. So I took that out. And I completely forgot about the Swiss card. which has a, like, I don't know, 1.5-inch long blade. It's totally short. So we're talking like 4 centimeters maybe at best. And, where am I here? I'm losing my point. Okay, 5 blocks. Yay! So, we're talking like a 5 centimeter long blade. That's it. And, or 4 centimeters, I guess. And I, got stopped at security. And they originally tried to turn me away because they thought I was just there to visit and like see somebody at a court case. I don't know. So I had to prove to them by digging out all my paperwork to say, no, I'm here because, you know, I don't have a choice. And if I don't show up without valid reason, I can go to jail. And so, so the long and the short of it, was that I said, okay, so how can I get this thing back? Because they said, well, you can drop it off here. So, well, how do I get it back? And they're like, truth is what they actually do is you turn it in and you never get it back. But I said, I was up front and said, it was a gift. Technically, it actually belongs to Fantastic Sherlock Fox. It's just that he's never asked for it back. So, in any case, I had a craft in my purse. Basically, it's just making bookmarks or bracelets out of embroidery thread. So, just tying knots in it really is what it is. And that was what my activity was to keep myself from being completely and utterly bored while watching the jury selection process. I don't like to just sit on my hands. So it was very compact. And so, so they called their supervisor over, which I thought was quite funny, because he looks at it and his first response is, just let her have it. And the subordinate's like, what? And he said, you can hurt people more with a golf pencil than you could with this thing. So they're like, oh, okay. And they just give it back. I was like, really? Come on, guys. But then, you'd think I would have learned after that one. So once again, later on, we were going with the scout group. Actually, maybe I should go this other direction, so let's go the other way. I was going with our scout group on a tour, because one of our scout leaders was oh, there we go. Here's your time for stretch. Refill your coffee, grab a snack, change channels, whatever works for you. And we'll get this restarted. What is this? Oh, right. Forgot I had that. Okay. Refresh. Even go. So, we were going on this scout trip, and once again, yes, scouts, you know, we carry a pocket knife. No surprise there. But what did I do? Forget that I had the Swiss card. So I go in and the guy doing the security desk is like, oh, you really shouldn't have. And I was like, oh no, not again. And he says, you're with the scouts. Do I seriously think you're going to do anything? No. If I don't stop you and let you know, I could get in trouble. It's like, okay, fine. And he let me go through with it again. But I'm thinking, you know, maybe because I normally carry the knife, I should probably just take this card out of my purse anyways. Because I don't really use it for much else. And just go with the knife. And then that's big enough for me to remember to take out. I bet one of these days I'm going to lose it to like the airport security because I try to fly with it or something. I think I accidentally have flown with it multiple times. But I don't recall. Because there are certain things I grab out of my purse when I'm switching bags for airline carry. And I don't think that's one of them, but I don't know if it's in something I do grab. So yeah, oopsie daisy. Great. You know, I did say I was going to stop and do a U-turn, right? Okay, we've got 7. That'll get us a hat plus a couple spare things. So let's leave. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's leave and go grab some lapis. Oh, and I'll dump these because that means I'm not carrying as much. Do I want this one back? No, I don't really care. There's one up there. I think. I better grab this one. Just because. There we go. So, yeah. Rebel deep down inside. Yeah, I'm carrying embroidery thread. That's so helpful. I'm gonna sit here and, or now I'm gonna sit here and do paracord bracelets while people are nattering at me. Like, I don't know where I get some of these ideas. But that's one of my weirder everyday carry things. And it's just more and more weird because people don't carry that sort of thing. I mean, another one is those sorts of EDC questions are different by gender as well. Because I have yet to meet... Where are we on? Nice one, perfect. I've yet to meet, say, guys that regularly carry a lip balm. Usually because the majority of the lip balms will melt in your pocket. So you probably don't want to be carrying that sort of thing. Rebel without a clue. Yep. Yep. No cause, no clue. There we go. That covers it all. It's mostly just to consolidate the lapis, so I can go without it for a while. I'm hoping we're gonna find lapis. We may not. I have quite a lot of like meds and stuff, and I always have hair elastics, even though I don't wear them all that often. So as far as fidgeting things go, I've usually got something, or I'll fidget with the bag itself, like the zipper pulls and so on. I don't know what we're going to get going out this direction. Oh. Opportunistic iron, why not? That solves one problem anyway. Sort of. There. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff. Oh, the rebel. I'm so vanilla, it hurts a lot of days. Yeah. It's funny, I got told recently, that it's good you think outside the box. How do you do that? How come you don't always fall into the trap of thinking inside the box? And I said, well, hate to tell you, but part of that is just that I forget where the box is. So it's kind of hard to get stuck in a box if you sort of forget what the limits are. Makes it sound easy, but it's not. And more often than not, as you guys are well aware, I can talk myself out of just about anything. Or at least talk myself out of believing in just about anything. So it can be different. I don't know why, but I keep hearing... Yeah, it's fine. I keep hearing lava, which is not the case. But... Perfect. I guess I might need this for more than I thought. Okay, let's go with this. Drop that. Drop that. Oops, I can only do one. Okay. Hey, stop. Sticks. I wanted a hat. Just start dropping things on the ground? Sure. Okay, so now that I'm fully covered in diamonds, this would be a cover me in diamonds achievement in my mind. But nope, the game doesn't care. You know? Yay. Okay. So I'm actually out here. I'm looking for lapis. Hopefully we won't be stuck here all day. This is going to sound really dumb, that I'm looking for lapis, intending to do an enchanting table and so forth. And because, or the reason it sounds dumb is because I've got villagers up top. I chose to settle in a village rather than bothering to make my own place. And yet, I don't want to trade with the villagers. I just like the life it brings to the village. So in theory, if the entire place was full of nothing but nitwits, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I just want them to have some sort of life to the place. And truthfully, if I'm going to do anything remotely bold, then I'm not going to be around all that long to bother with whether or not they've been traded up. I keep saying that, and then I last longer than I expect, so yeah, do take that with a very serious grain of salt. And if I cared, I would, oh, haha, I just realized what a fool. Give me a sec.
Welcome.
I have a trash can with me and I didn't even think about it. Okay, so let's put that back there so I can't drop it easily. Aren't you supposed to be able to refill? Okay. That's just one. Actually, I'll keep that one for a second. Clean up this mess. Hey Benson, how you doing? Good to see you. I never know what name to use, so today it's Benson. Tomorrow it might be Liv. If you prefer one or the other, I'll write it down. Trash, please. There we go. Alright, grab this. Fill that. Oh, I had 2 blocks. What's wrong one? There we go. So, if you're not watching Benson's material, you really should be. They are an amazing streamer. I love watching their stuff. Unfortunately, I'm usually in the middle of doing something else and end up lurking at best, which is too bad because she's fun to converse with. I don't even know where that came from, though. Like, I really don't know. Actually, as far as I'm aware, the only reason that I'm aware of that it switched was because of our Benson being the first and the best, but that there was a community that she and I were both in that had another Benson, so it got switched. And because I know both, that's why it throws me. If I didn't know both, it wouldn't be a thing. I guess I should have figured out where I was. You know, that would have made sense. But I just realized I'm still going perpendicular to the stairs, which is not a great idea because I was fairly certain there was a cave out here at some point. So I guess we might find the cave by mistake. So, yeah. I would say, while today wasn't necessarily productive in a excitement sense, we've got ourselves covered in diamonds. So that's a good start. I mean, I'd obviously love to have more diamonds, but priorities, you know, I've got a diamond pick, I'd love to have a diamond axe. I mean, clearly a diamond sword might be on that list, but none of those are essential more so than the armor. Geek out rolled. 3 DC Comics heroes. Huh, heroes. Oh, fiddle. DC's got the Fantastic Four, but I can't remember who's a part of that. Part of it is that the DC movie universe is not nearly as... I shouldn't say populated, what's the word? It's not appearing as frequently as movies. But I mean, you've got, Superman, for example, and some might say Batman. I wouldn't know if you'd actually call him a hero or not. And I can't even remember what DC stands for. Because actually I do know. It was, it's one of those dumb ones, when you get, like, ATM, and people call it an ATM machine. Yeah. DC's dadcraft in our world. But I think it's actually supposed to be Detective Comics. Which means then it's Detective Comics Comics. Yippee skippy. But it's one of those things. I mean, comic books are weird, and the whole industry, I guess, is something that I've never really gotten into. I like reading the odd comic book. Don't get me wrong. But there isn't, I'll be frank, there isn't a whole lot of comic book material that I'm interested in. Partly because I'm a pansy when it comes to blood, guts, gore, and violence, or adult themes. I just don't like them. I could have more comics, but I just don't like them. And so I end up getting relegated to, like, Star Trek, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, unless you're not a Star Trek fan, in which case most Star Trek non-fans are so anti-Star Trek, it's not funny. So I don't win in that respect either. Oops, this one. So, yeah. Gonna need the sticks anyways. Let's start with that. Come on. Oh, yeah. This is always the slow part, right? When we wish we could speed things up. Although I do like a good classic comic. I mean, some of the ones that had turned into comic books, which I believe were newspapers first, would be things like Beetle Bailey. It's silly, but it's fun. I liked Peanuts as comic strips. They weren't great when people tried to do collected sets as comic books. I prefer the more collected stories, right? Or a longer story. I'm trying to think of what other sort of quote-unquote safe ones that I read. I still like the Classics Illustrated series, but you don't find those around much anymore. And the Classics Illustrated series quite literally took books such as, say, Treasure Island, or... yeah, I guess that's the one I think of. I mean, there's a few other big-name books that they would turn into, in essence, graphic novels with a lot more writing to it. But while they caught on, they're not still in print for the most part. I've been reading Sherlock Holmes novels, or not novels, comic books off and on, but they're often supernatural themed, which isn't necessarily my cup of tea. So things like Moriarty, our villain, is an undead zombie, and for some reason, through whatever crazy machinations or scheme he's got, he managed to get hold of some sort of potion that kept him from losing his mind like all other normal zombies, and it just gets to be overbearing and ridiculous. Either that, or people insist on drawing comic books about Sherlock Holmes goes to figure out the solution to the mystery of Jack the Ripper. It's like, well, thanks. That's been done to death. We don't need that anymore. So that's part of why I don't read a whole lot of comic books. I mean, there's the other standards, like Superman, for example. You know, that was always, shouldn't say always, but classically was painfully clean. The early, actually, let me say, I actually liked the silly phase of Batman. So the comic books that came out in and around the time of like the Adam West cheesy Batman TV series, I enjoyed those comic books because really it was just an escapist lark, right? It's not meant to be anything big and deep and whatever. And that was what I read them for. But I think somewhere before I moved out, I had like Thundercats comic books. Because there was a phase, of course, where just about everything that could be a cartoon on TV was made into a comic book afterwards. Now, here's your companion comic book. Which I do think also fits in the same vein as part of why there are so many Star Wars comic books today. And some of them are considered canon to the Star Wars story, and some of them are not. But it's kind of, I guess, mildly frustrating as a viewer. But that's just because I'd like to find, in a particular fandom, I actually like it when, for the most part, the material doesn't cross media types. So, for example, I'll even take Harry Potter as an example. That did cross media types. And I'm okay with that, but I'm okay with that in the vein that I like both. I like both somewhat independently. But if one... Because the books came first, if the movies had never happened, I'd be perfectly fine with that. You know? Or if the movies had... or ended up being something that was sort of related to, like a spin-off, but wasn't trying to retell the books in any way at all, then I'd be fine with that too. But if something like that happened, and then and then whoever the powers that be these days decided, whatever the fandom is, we'll see, you mean Star Wars, when they decide then that stuff that happened in this other medium is suddenly now a canon and affecting its main medium, I get a little bothered by that, just because I like to be able to find all the material about one thing all in one type of media. That's just me being retentive, I guess. Uh-huh. Alrighty then. That's not pretty. What do we got? I can make it through without having to play with this, which is what I usually do in regular Minecraft anyway. Oh, well, that's a little bit suboptimal. Okay. One, and I don't have any. There we go. There's blocks. I don't have any blocks because I burnt them, but it's not quite true. Okay, come on. This one. That one. Gets me this wall. Yay! Uh-oh. I freaked out for no reason whatsoever. Chicken! Big chicken. Because, yeah, I shouldn't. I have no reason to freak out like that. Absolutely none. Honestly. Sorry, I'm unimpressed with myself. So, you know, surprise. Nothing new there. you are. Come on, bud. Oh, 2 blocks high. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a chicken. Can you tell? I yelped just a little. Fantastic Sherlock Fox gets me doing that when he just walks into the room and I'm not hearing him. He tries to make noises so that I hear him, but sometimes I've got the fan going or music running or something, and I don't pay attention enough, and so he comes in and I shriek like that. It's kind of embarrassing. Oi. Okay. Delete this. Oh, okay. That's a bit of a bigger cave than I wanted to deal with. I thought it was just this little thing. It's not. How much do I really... Yeah. No. Oh. Boink. Okay. Chicken. Chicken. Oh, no. He does make the noises. I'm just not paying attention. So, I mean, even if he had as you say, if he had a bell, I probably would still not hear him just because I've got other things going on, like other sounds. Okay. Got that one. And I didn't get any lapis. What a waste. That's 9. I've got a couple up top. Is it worth it to try another one? Probably not. How chicken do I want to be? Fox, for some reason, does that thing where he walks on the balls of his feet, which I don't know if I'd call that. I don't know if I'd call that normal. Well, that's kind of rude. But it isn't, I guess. Anyway, but because he walks on the balls of his feet, he doesn't actually have a very heavy step in general. Why do I? Okay, this shouldn't be there. That shouldn't be there. Sort that way. That might make more sense. Take those 2 off. Okay, so I guess I might as well. We're above ground. I don't really need this much. It's like 2 minutes to the hour anyways. Let's just go with... Sure. Alright, so we've got 19. There's a couple of blocks. And then that one would be 27, I guess. So if I take that and run up top, we can at least do the other thing. So let's grab these, those. Take all this upstairs, I guess. Can't remember what I wanted those for. That. Leave these and grab these. Yeah, that should be enough. Drop this temporarily. There we go. Okay. We're out. You have to be being a secret. mildly funny. In that on occasion he does, but not in that sense. Poor guy gets stuck occasionally being basically an IT secret agent just because there's, like, you know, corporate stuff to deal with. Okay, that was the mine shaft. So I guess we can take that on tomorrow, I suppose? A lot of this depends on what comes... That's a very long, eerie cave noise. Boing, 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 bounce, 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 bounce. Looking at my axe and stuff going, this is just about to break. Okay. We're back. So, somewhere in here... I think it's over here? Somewhere in here I have got a, few... What do you call them? Obsidian that I picked up? Yeah, that's the word. This one? No, but there's diamonds. I guess that could be an axe, I suppose. Potentially. Let me not worry about that. Actually, let's go with this. Hello. Things that fit, thank you. That one. I have an axe. There. Okay, and then this one is foodstuffs. No. Woodstuffs. Oh, put everything downstairs. Okay, that doesn't help. Gold. Okay, so this one, and those need to smelt. These two, and I can't make an axe because I need diamond. Oh, wait, why did I always forget? Enchanting table. This one. 2 diamonds, 4 obsidian. Oh, and a book. Okay. Well, that could be interesting. So, 2 diamonds. 4 obsidian. And we need to make ourselves a book. Do I have... What's in there? Where did I put this? There we go. No loose leather hanging around, so we gotta go deal with some cows. I guess I should get these music discs out of here. 1, 2... Almost bedtime. Beep. Not quite bedtime enough. Okay. Where are we here? It's the top of the hour. So we just need cows and stuff. I can get my original cows. Do I have any others kicking around? Probably not. There's a pig. Do I see any cows up here? Yes, no, no. Nope. Okay, well. Then it is time to be down a cow. One, 2... Hello? I didn't get it. Really? Rip off. There it is. Okay. We don't have a bed in there. Alright, so we don't have the sugarcane either, which means I have to go hunting for that, so we might as well make that the first thing we do next time. So yeah, that's probably the first thing we're going to do next time. We're now blue, so that's a good start. We got somewhere. I'd love to have more lapis because we're going to run out like near instantly. That said, yeah, I think that's probably our best bet. Pardon me. And in the meantime, let's find somebody to raid. It is Wednesday, so we have usual suspects, but I want to take a look and just see if I have any surprises. I don't think so. Come on. Browser. Who's up today? Well, many of you have probably heard that... Yeah, many of you have probably heard that Melis Mines lost one of her hardcore worlds yesterday at over 2,000 days. So she's back at it again today. But we equally normally raid Jade. So first one I see in chat, would you rather see Melis Mines doing hardcore Minecraft or Marvel Jade playing on truly Bedrock? So yeah, that's the question. I have no preference, really, because I have things to do, so I won't be sticking around very long anyways. But let's see who we want to raid out to. And I'm just puttering to get cows till I see where we're going to raid. The sooner the better. Oh, that's not going to help. Here we go, cows. You and you will allow me less guilt over doing that. And somehow, that's interesting. Somehow, I mysteriously have a scoot. Hi, buddy. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna have to choose. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That's okay. Melis? Okay, we're off. That's it. Easy peasy. Alright, so hang on to your hats, and here we go.
Mischief managed.
We got some diamonds. I don't know about mischief. No problem. Alright, so thank you very much to Teddy Legend Gaming for bringing all your raiders in. I really appreciate that. Quite the treat. Thank you very much to Jay for spending their clue today. And we had good moderation team from Jay, Mama Bear, Fantastic Sherlock Fox, and Benson popped in. We also had conversation from Yellow, Lass, Mike Burton, Teddy Legend, Motown Mickey, Springer Shadow, and we are off to see Melis Mines. So do give them all our best. I'll pop in quickly, say hello, and then be off. And until tomorrow, have yourselves a fantastic day. Bye-bye for now.
Transfer complete.